Ready to shine throughout Glasgow and Scotland once again. Hopes and dreams sealed and shattered in a single breath. Be there when new European champions are crowned.
So, very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tollcross International Swimming Centre. It's day 2 here of the 2018 Scottish National Age Group Championships. I'm Duncan McKinnell and I'll be taking you through the action, and joining me this afternoon in the commentary box we have Kerry Woods, the head coach of Stirling Swim. Welcome, Kerry.
Thank you.
So it's going to be an exciting night swimming. I think, what are you looking forward to?
I think, yeah, totally agree. Lots of close races, particularly I think in the 400 freestyle and 400 IMs. And hopefully we might see some good tactics in those races as well.
Yes, of course, a mixture of youngsters and quite experienced swimmers as we get up to the 17, 18-year-olds. Here's what's coming up for you this evening. We start off with girls 200 breaststroke. You see we go up through the age group, start with the youngsters 11 to 13 and work our way up to 17, 18-year-olds. So 200 breaststroke will feature the likes of Katie Robertson, selected for the European Juniors, of course swam in the World Juniors last year, and so we'd expect an impressive performance from her. She goes in the 17-18 age group. Before that, in the 16s, Yvonne Brown might be one to look out for. Huge improvement she's made, particularly in the 200 breaststroke in recent times, so she'll go in the 16 age group. We follow that with 200 butterfly, the first time the boys are up. The youngsters might be ones to focus on here. We saw interesting battles yesterday with the East Lothian swimmer Stefan Kravis and Matthew Hand of Ards from Northern Ireland. They were one apiece yesterday, so they are side by side in the 200 butterfly, so that will be very interesting. We go through the age groups there, and I think there'll be some very close races in that one. Maybe Jonah Walsh and Craig Greener could be very tight, I think, in the 17-18s. Follow that with 100 backstroke for the girls. So looking at the backstrokers, we've got the likes of Ellie Turner, Ellis Shields going in the 15-year-old and 16-year-olds respectively. Before that, Katie Shanahan had a fantastic night last night, including a national age group record. Our sprint tonight is the 50 breaststroke, just the boys this time tonight. Jamie Littlefield broke a national age group record this afternoon in the 50 breaststroke, so watch out for him in the 14-year-olds. And then for the 400 IM and the 400 freestyle, it's just the 3 oldest age groups. We had heat declared winners for the youngsters in those 2 events, but that's what we finish off with this evening. You can see there that the swimmers are at the podiums for our first event. This is the girls 11 to 13 years 200 breaststroke. They are waiting patiently for the referee's whistle to get us going for this evening. Looking at the watch, we're a minute or so ahead of time yet, due to go off with our first race at 5:15. So these girls are going to have a little bit of a wait. In the meantime, hashtag Stags 2018. That is your opportunity to have your say. We look forward to seeing your comments and your congratulations on all of the great performances that I'm sure we're going to see tonight. So we'll run through the field here. You can see them lined up there. We've got Lula Gao going in 0 for Geary. Bert Crichton of Perth City is in 1. Billy Milne of Warrender is in 2. Louisa Stoddart of East Lothian in 3. Jess Prokas of Carlisle Aquatics in 4. Saskia Wade of the City of Glasgow is in 5. 6, Sophie Bain from the University of Aberdeen Performance. 7 is Ines Donald from Inverleith in Edinburgh. Martha Reeves of Mingus Hill in Dundee goes in lane 8, and Leah Hughes from Red 96 goes in lane 9. Heat times 2:48, the fastest time. Jess Prokas, the Carlisle swimmer, up to 3:01. They're just about ready to go. But, seems to be a slight pick-up, and looking down at the pool side, and the starter doesn't have the signal that allows him to go, so he These girls are just going to have to wait a little while. Is that a problem, Kerry, when you're sort of left hanging on the blocks for a bit?
It can be if it goes on for too long, and some of these girls, this could be their first ever snags final, or certainly one of their first. So they'll be nervous and wanting to get ready and race. And
the
there they
whistle's
go.
gone, so I think we're ready to go.
Take your marks.
So, of course, it's 4 lengths of the pool, 200 metres breaststroke. And they get into their strokes. And so, good starts in the centre lanes, 3, 4 and 5. We had the 50 breaststroke yesterday, and these swimmers all fairly prominent in that. Brokas in 4, Wade in 5, Stoller in 3. She got the bronze from an outside lane last night. This time she's qualified 3rd fastest, and I think probably is in 3rd. Behind Jess Brokas, who's had a super start, the Scot based in Carlisle, and she's certainly going to lead them through the 50.
She says a lovely long stroke. She's a nice glide in her stroke and taking the race out hard. Like she means good business here, I think.
Yes, it was a nice turn there from Saskia Wade, and she's not that far away as they come down the second length. These two look as if they're starting to take charge. You see there the white cap, the University of Aberdeen swimmer, that's Sophie Payne. Looks like she's in 3rd place. Well, she clearly is in 3rd place, ahead of Louisa Stoddart, and then it's close behind them. But it is Jess Brokas. Looked like Saskia Wade got a little bit on her in the turn, but once they get into the swim, Jess Brokas reimposing her advantage to a full body length. Goes through halfway in 1:18.47 and has the advantage still. I guess if you're sitting here now in Saskia Wade's shoes, you can see that you're not really making inroads. Does that affect a disheartener, or?
Potentially, but I think she's a tough racer and she does catch back up on the turn. Saskia's very strong in her underwaters, technically very good there. And 200 breaststroke, the last 50, everything can change. Although Jess looks very strong out in front here.
Yes, it's I think probably unlikely that too much is going to change in this one.
It's going to be a good battle for 3rd place.
2:01.07 was the 150 split for Jess, so we focus here on the front 2. As Kerry said, there is a very tight contest going on for 3rd. Between lane 3, Louisa Stoddart, and lane 6, Sophie Payne. And you can see there, as we really focus in on our leader, just see Louisa Stoddart there in the black cap there. Not quite see
neck
Sophie
and neck,
Payne.
those two girls.
Yes, they're very close indeed, but certainly not neck and neck is Jess Brokas. She has just extended that lead throughout the race here, and so our first win of the night is Jess Brokas, and she goes through at a time of 2:44.71. So entry time from the heats 2:48, so that's a nice improvement. Always nice to see good progression from heats to finals, Kerry.
It is, and sometimes that's hard to do, particularly if these girls have gone out very fast in the heats.
Thank you, sir. Please leave the pool by the referee's side. Thank you.
So great stuff there. See her coming in.
Spots the wall well.
Yes, she does. So there is confirmation of the finish order. So it was Louisa Stoddart getting that bronze medal by half a second. Martha Reeves, in fact, coming through. She must have really been strong in that last 50. See the girls coming out there. The CA Carlisle Aquatics there for Jess Brokas, having a very successful week so far. Early days yet, still only in day 2. So we're all right, ready to go with our second race. 14-year-olds are up next now. So we'll run through the field. We've got Shannon Riley of North Lanarkshire in lane 0. Alice Knight of first, Falkirk-based team in 1. Scarlett Ferris goes for Dundee City Aquatics in 2. Sophie Main of Mount Kelly College is in 3. Lane 4, Clara Van Opel of Latari, West London. In 5, Katie Shanahan of the City of Glasgow. And then we've got 2 Warrender swimmers, Lucy Trotter in 6 and Abby Sinclair in 7. Kaylin Hall goes for University of Aberdeen Performance Cara Johnson from Warren Bass, so 3 Warren swimmers in the field here. Opal, the fastest qualifier. Atari have brought up some very talented swimmers for these championships. A newly formed elite squad based in southwest London.
Take your marks.
Nice close up there of Warrender swimmer Cara Johnson. I think the action will be in the centre lanes here. Katie Shannon off to an excellent start in lane 5. Slightly surprising that she wasn't the fastest qualifier. She did come in to this meet with the fastest time for 14-year-olds, and she's looking to try and reassert that here. Laverne Opal might have other ideas. She's maybe a metre back and coming to the first turn. After that, it's lane 3, which is Sophie Main of Mount Kelly College. So another team that we see up in Scotland quite a bit, all the way up from the southwest of England. So great to have them here as well. Welcome if you are a Mount Kelly supporter. Coming down the second length. How do you see this playing out now, Kerry? This is going to be quite close.
I think this is going to be a really good race. Both these girls have quite different strokes, but it looks like they're both controlling the first 100 and looking to probably build up on this third 50 and see, trying to assert a bit of a bigger lead here. See how quickly Katie comes off this turn.
She's certainly opened up a bit of an advantage at halfway over a second now, 1:16.77 against 1:17.95. The onus is with Katie at the moment. See whether Clara can stay with her. Certainly that screen suggests that she is. Looking out, there's probably a couple of metres between them. Third place there, you can see still is Sophie Main, the Mount Kelly swimmer. These 3 a fair way ahead. There's a good Warrender battle, in fact, going on behind them. The 3 of them pretty close. Turning for home then. This turn so important, I suppose, particularly for short course, but long course as well. It's a big component of any race.
It definitely is, and probably short course very important, but long course, because you have fewer turns, the better they are, the more advantage you can get. Katie looks like she's come off that last turn and is just powering in for home now. She looks strong.
Very strong. In fact, Clara Van Opel has been forwards a little bit here. Well, this is getting closer actually for second place. Sophie Main is really putting in the charge here in third spot, but no problem for Katie Shannon. A home victory for City of Glasgow there. First of the night for them. After a near miss from Saskia Wade, so great stuff there for Katie Shannon. The winning time 2:38.74. She looks reasonably happy with that. There we see her coming in. Comfortably job done, I think.
Job done. Swim down and get ready for the 100 backstroke. I think will be her.
So there is the summary. Clara Van Opel did hold off Sophie Main. In the end, there was still over a second and a half in it. 2:43.56, 2:45.22. Getting shots in the swim down pool there. That's where she'll be going, as you just said.
That's where she should certainly be going.
Right on cue, a cameraman on the ball tonight. So we move on to the 15-year-olds now. And here we have in lane 0 from first, Anna Colston. In lane 1 from Perth City, Emma McPartland. In lane 2 from Aberdeen Dolphin, Rona Bowie. In 3, Jennifer Murray of North Ayrshire. Lane 4, Ellie Riley of Heart of Midlothian. 5 is Katie Cookburn of Warrender. Her teammate Jenny Galloway goes in lane 6. Then it's Louise MacArthur in 7, representing Heart of Midlothian. 8 is another Warrender swimmer, Grace Robertson. And in lane 9, Georgia Officer from Elgin. So a plethora of Edinburgh-based swimmers there, Hearts and Warrender, 5 of them. Fastest qualifier is the Hearts girl, Ellie Riley, squad member.
good marks.
Found a way out of the dive. Good start in lane 5. Katie Goodburn, one in good form yesterday, gold and silver. But it is now Ellie Riley getting into a stride. You would think she would be the favourite for this one. 2:42 at a time this morning was quite a bit faster than anybody else.
It'll be interesting to see if any of the girls can drop down close to that time, or indeed if Ellie's going to go even faster. Imagine that'll be her target, certainly.
So Ellie Riley comes into this meet, in fact, with a time of 2:34 as her best time. So she, I'm sure, will be looking to try and go under the 2:40 mark at the very least. Very much an Edinburgh-dominated race at the moment, though. So it's Ellie Riley of Hearts in the lead, Katie Goodburn second, and Jenny Galloway in third place. So all the others got to offer in the second half. And Riley really opening the gap up. It looks like it's going to be the most emphatic lead so far. Going through halfway, 1:15.53. See just what that lead is. It's over 3 seconds. 1:18.79. Goodburn in second place, and Jenny Galloway just behind her. Then you can see the swimmers over on the far side, lane 3 and lane 2, Rona Bowie in 2, Jennifer Murray in 3. Nice technician, Ellie.
She's holding her technique well all the way through this race. She's obviously going to start to get harder now as she comes up to the last turn and the final length. Spotted that turn really well.
This is really about herself against the clock. The race is very much hotting up behind her. There's a war and a scrap going on.
Yeah, they're having a good battle, aren't they?
Yes, I don't know if we can get the cameras on that race for second place, because it's an absolute thriller. As we're focusing here on Ellie Riley. And there you see the wider view, and you can see them head to head there, and there will be local pride at stake in that one. They're not going to get anywhere near to Ellie Riley. She's completely dominating this one, but Jenny Galloway would love to take the scalp from Katie Goodburn. So Ellie Riley there, brilliant swim from her. Now who is going to get second? Oh, I think it's Katie Goodburn. Yes, it is. 2:43.71 and 2:43.93, but the winner, who said she'd be looking to go under 2:40, well, she went well under 2:40, 2:37.46. That gets a smile, so must be reasonably happy with that. For these squad swimmers, so some of the more senior swimmers, I suppose, as we get to the older age groups, how important is age groups versus the summer?
I think age groups is always important. Such a big event in the calendar. It becomes slightly lower down the importance level as you move on up through the age groups, but everyone wants to swim fast at age groups. They love having that acclaim of being age group champion and being in the finals.
Yeah, top score. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Definitely.
So I think we're going to our first set of presentations now. And so we'll get the camera onto the podium. That's what they're going to get. And in the hands of Derek McGann, the coach from South Lanarkshire Swimming. And the bronze medal for the 11 to 13, East Lothian's Louisa Stoddart. Silver medalist. And that's the bronze medal in the 14-year-olds, Sophie May from Kelly College. Now we go to the silver medalists. Saskia Wade, City of Glasgow, the 11 to 13 age group. And Clara Von Opel of Natari, 14-year-olds. Interesting there that Saskia, 13-year-old, quite a bit taller than Clara there.
She is. It's that. So you see that a lot of age groups, don't you? You can have all different heights, different age groups.
Jess Brocas then, our Scottish national champion, Scott based in Carlisle. And the 14-year-olds, City of Glasgow's Katie Shanahan. So there they are, our first medalists of the evening. 11, 13s and the 14-year-olds. You can get their photos. themselves. I think most of them will be racing multiple times during the course of the evening.
I think most of these girls are looking through the start sheets. They go away and get ready now for the next races.
Got a good crowd in tonight. Don't know why you're on your phone. You should be concentrating on what's going on. I suppose we do have a bit of a break. Quick phone call's okay. Coming up next, the 16-year-olds. Just waiting for them to come up to the blocks. And they are there now, so hopefully we can run through them. And they're in lane 0. Hannah Cool of Arbroath St Thomas. Kristen Russell goes for East Lothian in lane 1. There she is, hiding. Grace Gibbon, University of Aberdeen Performances in 2. 3, Nicole Reynolds, Dundee City Aquatics. And 2 from South Lanarkshire, Yvonne Brown, talked about her a bit at the beginning of the programme. And beside her, Lucy Ross, squad member. Then we have from Midlothian, Ailey Redpath. Familiar green cap. 7, Bridget Lemasurier from East Lothian, gold medalist in the 50 yesterday. Louise Edmonds goes for Mount Kelly College in lane 8. And Kirsty Peng for Warrender in lane 9. Warrender the leaders in the club competition, which of course is fiercely competitive, probably among the coaches as much as the swimmers.
I think you're right.
Okay, your mark.
So we had 2 swimmers on 241s in the heat, only a 10th between the 2 South Lanarkshire girls, Yvonne Brown and Lucy Ross. So, well, we've seen I don't know what happened there to Yvonne in the start there. She seemed to be well back, because she's not the biggest girl. Maybe that will impede her at the starts a bit, but she was left.
She was left. It looked like she got off the blocks at the same time, so maybe her underwater just didn't quite work, or maybe just as she is a little bit smaller, she's not quite as powerful off the start, because she's catching back up now and looking nice and smooth, so it doesn't look to have phased her too much.
No, we're certainly seeing a strong start from the 50 breaststroke champion Bridget Lemasurier. She's first to the turn in a time of 35.16. It'll be interesting to see whether she can sustain this over 200. I was speaking to her coach a few days ago, and well, 200 he had a big question mark about for Bridget. He said, yep, 100 maybe, yes, that should be okay. 50 definitely. 200, well, we'll see. But she's certainly taking it to them here, so this is a brave swim from Bridget, and let's see whether she has the stamina to take it through. If you are a 50 specialist and you're trying to do 200, what's the best way to do that?
I would say probably exactly what she's doing. It'll hurt, definitely, particularly in the last 50. I have experience of that myself. But you need to just go with where you're strong. She's obviously very fast and naturally fast, so use it and see how far it takes you.
Well, at the moment, it's taken her through the first 100, but now I think she has been caught. The 2 South Lanarkshire girls, so we talked about Yvonne Brown's start, well, she's well through that now, and she is beginning to move very nicely in lane 4. Up there in lane 2 in the white cap, very much in the mix, is Grace Skidman, based down in Wirral now, swimming with the University of Aberdeen team, but well, it's looking like a South Lanarkshire 1-2 as they go through the 150 turn, and Yvonne Brown has the upper hand. We'll see whether Lucy Ross, well, it's a good turn from Lucy there.
She's still a wee bit stronger off the walls than Yvonne. Yvonne's very smooth and her stroke is lovely and strong. She's just pulling away again a wee bit here as she comes down this final 50.
So I guess long course must really suit Yvonne, and as she develops the strength, maybe as she gets older, she will really be able to capitalise on this beautiful rhythm that she has. She is now 2-3 metres up on her teammate, so it is going to be the South Lanarkshire 1-2, and it is going to be Yvonne Brown who comes in to take it. So that was very impressive indeed. 2:35.88, so 2:41 this morning, 6 seconds inside that. Looking at the time she came in was at 2:33 she did last month in Edinburgh, so not quite at that pace, but that was a very impressive swim, particularly as we said when she has this lack of physique, I suppose, but well more than made up for with technique.
Yeah, I think that shows as well the importance of having good technique, particularly on the breaststroke events. She just swam a really good race there, paced it well, and has come away with a win and a good drop from her heat swim this morning.
Grace Gibbon there getting the bronze medal, 2:40.28 for her, so I guess Bridget there 4th place for her. That probably was a good result for her, and and as you said, swam it the best way she could.
See the swimmers swimming down there.
17, 18-year-olds now just getting themselves ready. And we run through the field. We've got Kiva Clegg, Scott-based in Boston in Lincolnshire. There's in lane 0 there in the blue cap. In lane 1, Jasmine Smith of South Mainland in Shetland. She had a terrific 50 yesterday, silver medalist. Naomi Van Dongen of Rushmore Royals is in 2. Katie McKenzie of City of Glasgow in 3. Katie Robertson of South Ayrshire, very much the favourite, in lane 4. Ailsa McDonald, another Scot based in England, Northampton. She goes in 5. Katie Smith of Warrender in 6. Katie Lynch, South Lanarkshire in 7. Jennifer Storm is in 8, representing University of Aberdeen Performance. And her near rivals from Aberdeen, Hannah Fennick, is in lane 9. 2:34 was Katie Robertson's time this morning. 2:31 she's entered on. She was the British Youth Champion at the Edinburgh International, which doubled as the British Championships last month. And swam a very impressive 200 in Edinburgh last month, so we'll see whether she can do something similar here today.
Yeah, I think as expected, she's taken the race out and she's already established a small lead, and probably will build on that as she goes through the race. It'll be interesting to see how the other girls respond and how close they try and stay to her.
Their instructions will be just ignore what Katie Robertson gets up to, swim your own race and see what happens.
I think so. There's some good swimmers and they'll be racing for all the medals. So I think this is building up to be a good tight race.
So as we suspected, Katie Robertson now is just gradually building up that lead. Around about 2-3 metres now as we come down towards halfway. See there the race for second. Ailsa McDonald in the black cap in lane 5, and then you've got in lane 3 Katie McKenzie of City of Glasgow. Also not far away Katie Smith of Warrender, and you can see a number of swimmers up. Jennifer Storm and Hannah Fennick up there. Lovely shot of Katie Robertson coming in and through into the turn as we now see her going down the third length.
She's holding her stroke very well. Nice, long, smooth stroke. She's not rushing it. She's clearly got a race plan and looks like she's sticking to it.
So this will be a second breaststroke goal. She was also on the podium on freestyle, not at the top, but starting to show her versatility, not just a breaststroker.
See that lovely streamline in her stroke as she finishes each stroke off. It's a very good position to be in.
It's almost a masterclass, really, isn't it?
Yeah, if there's any young breaststrokers out there watching this, then that's what they should be looking to try and copy in their training, get their heads down, get into that streamlined position so they can just glide through the water.
Just does look very controlled, doesn't it? She doesn't. I mean, she obviously is working very hard, but she doesn't give that impression. You can see now the size of her lead. It's looking pretty good for Ailsa McDonald now in second place, and then the race is on for third. Katie Smith, I think, has it at the moment, but Katie Robertson, an emphatic victory for her. Let's look at the time, 2:32.86, so that's not bad at all. That's only a second away from what she did in the British Championships, so really good stuff there from Katie.
She'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I would think so, to back up a 2:31 with a 2:32 just a few weeks apart. She doesn't look so impressed with it. Yeah, serious stuff, and maybe sort of trying to focus on breathing at the moment.
Yeah, she's just in a 200 breaststroke, quite fast.
Yeah, we'll let her off. Serious conversation going on there, and there's the result. So it was Ailsa McDonald, Katie Smith second and third, 2:41.30 for the Northampton girl, and Warrender's Katie Smith 2:44.27, a couple of seconds ahead of Glasgow's Katie McKenzie. So we're done with the 200 breaststroke. Enjoyed that. There was some excellent racing across those 5 races.
There was some very good racing and some very good technique examples as well, which I think is always nice to see. In breaststroke you quite often see quite different variations on the stroke, which makes it interesting.
So we're back to the podium now. We're giving out the medals for the 15-year-olds. The bronze medalist Jenny Galloway of Warren Bath got a shot off the podium. So you see the spectators responding to them. There they are. So our bronze medalist there, Jenny Galloway in the 15s, 16s, Grace Gibman in the 16-year-olds. Silver medalist Katie Goodburn, 15-year-olds, Lucy Ross, 16-year-olds, the national champions, 15-year-old champion Ellie Riley, 16-year-old champion Bob Brown. She's having to wait. There she goes. You see there, you don't have to be big to be good. And the 17, 18-year-olds are now coming to join them. And so we will see them now. They just had a chance to get clothes on, and the bronze medalist Katie Smith of Warrender. There we go. Katie Smith of Warrender, silver medalist Ailsa McDonald from Northampton. And the gold medalist and national champion Katie Robertson from South Ayrshire.
You can see these girls are still a little bit out of breath after having just got out of the pool, pulled on their tops and rushed over for their medals.
But I guess best to get it over with so you can go and get into the swim down pool quickly now. And
definitely, it's the best way to do it. Swim your race, get your medal, and then prepare for either tomorrow or for your next race this evening.
So we go to the boys now, first appearance of them tonight, and it's 200 butterfly. There you can see what's still to come. 200 butterfly, followed by 100 backstroke, 50 breast. Then for the older age groups, 400 IM for the girls, 400 free for the boys. So 200 butterfly are now up at the blocks. We'll introduce them to you. In lane 0, representing Warrender, is Owen Ray. Next to him from South Lanarkshire, Ewan McLeod. Brodie Gordon-Gibson there, just getting his block right. In lane 2, representing Warrender, Rico Brigman from Boston is in lane 3. Got a gold medal in the 400 free this afternoon rather. Stefan Kravis of East Lothian is in lane 4. The silver for him yesterday, a silver this afternoon. Matthew Hand, we talked about him and his rivalry with Stefan Kravis. Hard swimmer is in 5. Joseph Vickers of Boston is in 6. 7, Travis Davey, Dundee City Aquatics. Ben McLaughlin of Geary in 8, and Scott Fleming of South Lanarkshire is in lane 9.
Take your marks.
So away we go. Stefan Kravis, the fastest qualifier from Matthew Hand. So once again, these two are like to be doing battle. It looks like Matthew Hand has got the stronger start in lane 5, the hard swimmer from Northern Ireland.
Certainly taking the race out hard. It's a tough ask for these boys. They've just swam the 200 fly heats this afternoon. They're coming back just a few hours later to swim the final.
But you recover quick when you're young, don't you?
You do, but it's a 200 fly.
That's true. You know all about the fly. 2 times Commonwealth Games.
That's right. Yep.
So these boys then, not much to choose between them. Looks like Stefan now has got the advantage in lane 4. East Lothian having a pretty good time of it. Their girls, what a thrilling relay race this afternoon. And Stefan Kravis leading their efforts for the boys.
Does look very controlled, getting getting a good grip of the water. Interesting to see if he picks his stroke rate up at all coming up this third 50.
So we see there Matthew Hand going through his turn. He's now about a body length back. Stefan Travis 1:09.23. Leads by nearly a second and a half at the halfway point. Also going pretty nicely there is the Boston swimmer Joseph Vickers in lane 6. Just out of his shot. You can just see coming into the shot now in lane 3, Rico Brigham, also from Boston. In fact, it's Rico maybe who is pushing on now. It's very close to those two Boston boys, so there's probably a bit of rivalry there.
Yeah, this last 50 I think is going to be quite interesting. The Boston swimmers are catching up, looking strong. They've got strong leg kicks.
Stefan Travis still about 1.3 seconds clear, and then about a second between Matthew Hand, Joseph Vickers, and less than a second between Joseph and Rico. Focus on Stefan Travis. I guess it's hard for them not to tie up a little bit in this last 50.
Oh, definitely, it's very hard, and he's doing a really good job of holding his stroke, keeping his stroke nice and smooth, working his legs, particularly bring your legs in on this last 50, get some kick going and give your arms a rest. Arms and shoulders will be burning here.
Well, job done, great stuff. Just see his time coming up. I think, in fact, he's coming in as third, but that's not going to stand. That time is certainly going to have to be amended. So we just need to wait for a confirmed result on this one. It certainly didn't seem to be any question that Stefan Travis got it from Matthew Hand. And then I think Rico Brigham winning the battle of the Boston boys. There you see him coming in.
Thank you, sirs. Please leave the pool
Stefan
by
looked
the
to judge that finish pretty well as well.
He did, yeah, which is good at the end of a 200 fly. Spotting the finish is no mean feat.
So you can see there, we've still got that 2:29.44 up for Stefan. We'd expect that to change. So we'll just hold on and see that hopefully get amended. They may have to go to the watches to get a time that puts him in the correct position, because the electronics perhaps just not giving us the result that we need. So it's not the biggest swim down pool that we've got here, and obviously a lot of demands for it. So how do you judge your swim downs between races here, particularly if you've got multiple events?
I think you need to look at you have your timeline, you know when you need to be in marshalling, so you work out how long you've got between your races and how you can most effectively swim down and recover in between times. If it's busy in the swim down pool.
So 2:27.81 now has been confirmed for Stefan Travis, so that is gold confirmed for him. Quickly run through the field here. The whistle has gone, so we've got Logan Ward, Callum Rose, Cameron Creaney, Jake Kirkham, Elliot Sinclair, Jamie McGregor, Ewan Duns, John Taylor, Ewan Moffat and Sam Taylor. So there are 14-year-old finalists. 2:22 Elliot Sinclair of Dumfries, 2:23 Jamie McGregor of Perth. Jamie picked up a gold 400 free this afternoon. Talent coached by Anne Dixon there, of course, is in Australia at the moment with the Scottish team.
That's right, preparing for the Commonwealth Games, just starting in a few days' time.
Tweet us, Anne, if you're watching this. It's probably the middle of the night still with you, isn't it?
I think
pretty
it probably will be.
But your boy, Jamie McGregor, is going pretty well here. Maybe a future Commonwealth Games star to follow in the wake of Stephen Mill, who is Anne's charge, one of Anne's charges in Australia. 30:26, Jamie leads the way at 50 from Elliot Sinclair and Jake Kirkham. That's the 1-2-3. As we mentioned, Elliot Sinclair was the fastest qualifier for this one. He's in the white cap there, so he's got a bit of work to do in second half of this race. We're not even at the halfway stage yet, and he is looking as if he is now coming back at Jamie McGregor, and there's not a lot to choose between them at the halfway mark. I think maybe it is going to be the Dumfries swimmer taking the touch. Elliot Sinclair does 1:05.73 against 1:06.34.
I think these boys are going to have a good race. They're going to work off each other and hopefully produce a couple of good times here.
Jake Kirkham in third spot, but he's quite a way back behind these two, who are first stroke. It does look like Elliot still just has the advantage, or does he? Because Jamie looks to have found a bit of a new gear here. And well, coming up now to the final turn. Well, you can tell me who got the touch there. The scoreboard says it was Elliot. 142.17 against 142.41. Certainly didn't look like a couple of tenths between them. But well, looking good for Jamie now. He has certainly made his move. He's gone quite early there at the beginning of that final length. Does that give Elliot a chance to come back at him? Well, it's not looking likely now. This lead is stretching away. What a swim in the final 50 from the Perth swimmer, Jamie McGregor. He's absolutely destroyed this one in the last few meters. Wow, I did not see that happening in that final 50. That was very impressive indeed. You might be told he was going way too slow in the first 150, but that would be harsh. 2:17.91 as well, so cracking stuff there. He came into this meet on a dead 2:20 as he did the Midland age groups, so quite a recent time. So
he paced
that last 50.
Paced that really well. His last 50 was just superb.
So Jamie McGregor then taking that in style from Elliot Sinclair, and Jake Kirkham was the one that gets the bronze. So Anne, if you are watching us, you must have a smile on your face now. Jamie McGregor, great stuff. Results there was on the board for you as we get ready for the 15-year-olds. And we have here in lane 0 from West Lothian, Thomas Coates. In 1, Aberdeen Performances, Finlay Cousins. Bryce Proctor goes in lane 2 for Dumfries. We have the Scot based in Winchester, Marcus Scullion. 4 is Mark Ford of City of Glasgow. Lane 5, Fraser Kelly of North Ayrshire. In 6, James Taylor of Aberdeen. 7, Dundee City Aquatic swimmer Adam Young. Lane 8 is St Thomas swimmer from Arbroath, Ethan Brown. And lane 9, Matthew Gordon of South Ayrshire. Our field here. Ford, I think you'd fancy as the favourite. City of Glasgow youth squad member. He's had some pretty good races so far in these championships. Give her another one here. 2:14 entry time, or heat time rather. So away they go. Start in lane 3. Scullion, just trying to make a bit of an impact early on, but it does look like now it is Mark Ford just edging into the lead ahead of Marcus Scullion. Lane 1 going well, Finlay Cousins. Lane 6 is James Taylor. 2-3 at the turn, Ford, Kelly and Taylor. As the swimmers get older, does the technique change?
It can do, particularly in butterflies. They get a bit stronger. It's a more powerful stroke, but essentially they'll keep the same technique, other than they'll get stronger and can apply more force through the water. You can already see the strokes are a bit more powerful. Their legs are a bit stronger here. They're kicking more up that first 100.
103.04, the halfway split for Mark. His lead almost exactly a second over Marcus Scullion, who's by no means out of this one in lane 3, and then Fraser Kelly also. Certainly looking like these are the 3 that are going to make their way to the podium, but as you can see there, Marcus Scullion is hanging on very close to Mark Ford. Ford will be wishing that it can open up a little bit of a gap here, just make things a little more comfortable. And he's got a race in the hands, and certainly a race for second now, because Fraser Kelly now right up there with Marcus Scullion. In fact, he just got second spot at the 150 turn, and maybe it's Fraser who's going to put in the challenge down this last length. So Mark Ford by no means having it his own way here. This is completely different from the last race. They are going at it hard here. Mark Ford is holding on to his lead, but he's not getting away from them. coming up to the final 5 metres. It is going to be Mark Ford. It's going to be very close for second. Maybe Marcus Scullion just getting second. It is. But, well, Mark Ford had to work for that one, didn't he, Kerry?
He did, certainly, and I think that's good. Pushed him on to a quicker time than he did in the heats. All 3 of those boys raced really well. Good, tough 100, 200 fly races there.
Yes, and you feel them blowing a bit there. You see them coming in. Tommy got about a meter's advantage by this stage, so I guess he knew he was going to bring it home and just need to concentrate on the technique of nailing that finish. And there is the confirmed result. Mark Ford, Marcus Scullion and Fraser Kelly. The 1, 2, 3, those 3 well clear of the other swimmers who went from 221 to 225. So we go back to presentations now. The younger stage groups. And some happy people enjoying what they're seeing here at Tollcross. Remember, hashtag Snags 2018 to celebrate the successes we're seeing this evening. Offer encouragement to the swimmers still to come. So the swimmers are at the podium, and we welcome the 11, 13s and the 14-year-olds. It's quite warm here, so those little Tier fans very welcome. Tier now giving good sponsorship support to swimming in Britain. Here's the medals, and receiving the. In fact, I think that's the silver medals giving. There is it, or is it the bronzes?
That looks like a silver medal.
Mark Somerville, former president of the Scottish Amateur Swimming Association, making the presentations. Just trying to figure out who's getting those medals. So the bronze medalists, yes, they are the bronze medalists. Boston's Rico Brigman and Jake Kirkham are first. Silver medalists now. Is happening here. We seem to be in a wee bit of confusion. So the swimmers, I don't think, are where they ought to be, because Stefan was certainly the gold medalist and he looks to be sitting in the. Yeah, let's do this again then, shall we?
Yeah, he's got the right medal now.
Right, that's the Boston boy, Rico Brigman. Silver medalists. Well, I'm not sure that's Stefan Kravis, but he shouldn't be receiving the silver, he should be getting the gold. So I'm a little confused as to what's going on here. There's a familiar figure in the middle of that group. Michael Jameson there. He would have enjoyed the 200 breaststroke earlier because he is now with the Natari team. That's Matthew Hannon. It looks like he's been given the gold here. That is not right. So there'll be a little bit of sorting out to do here. No doubt about the gold medalist for the 14-year-olds, Jamie McGregor. So hopefully that will get sorted out in due time. So we go back to racing anyway. After that little bit of confusion on the podium, the 16-year-olds are up next. And they are now ready and just stripping off at the behind the blocks. Going in 0 for Heart of Midlothian is Scott Muirden. Andrew Arthur of Aberdeen is in 1. Young Heart of Midlothian in 2. Mark Devlin of North Lanarkshire is in 3. Fraser Wilson of Midlothian in 4. Ian Rose of Warrender in 5. Mark Innes of Warrender in 6. Liam Harkin of First in 7. Stuart Brodie of South Lanarkshire in 8. Matthew Torrance of East Lothian in lane 9. This one, Fraser Wilson, quite a bit faster than anybody else, 2:15.10. He's looking for his first podium place. He's there in the green cap, with the red caps of Warrender towards the camera side of him. Ian Rose and Mark Innes.
Take your marks.
So away we go. 2:15. Fraser Wilson's time. Next fastest 2:21. So in theory, this should be a straightforward exercise for Fraser. He'll start there in lane 7. Is Liam Harkin at first. And lane 5, Ian Rose of Warrender, but it is Fraser Wilson turning 28.21 at the front of the field, 6/10 ahead of Liam Harkin.
Interesting to see if any of these boys were holding back at all in the heats, saving something for the final, or if indeed they were.
He's just looking at Fraser Wilson, came into this with a 2:12. Some of them, of course, are maybe short course conversions.
Yes.
Quite hard to replicate that in long course, but we'll see what he can do. 1:01 at halfway, so that's pretty respectable. In fact, very
It's
respectable.
very good. It's going to give him a really good chance of certainly going quicker than he did this morning.
Ian Rose now has moved up into second place ahead of Liam Harkin. These three now have some clear water to the rest of the field. So it does look like the podium positions are going to be filled by the three of them, Fraser Wilson, Ian Rose and Liam Harkin. And at the moment it's the Midlothian swimmer who is holding the aces. So comes up to the 150, 136.26, so he leads by a second and a half over Ian Rose, and he in turn has about 8/10 over Liam Harkin. There you can see
It's quite close for bronze. I think the race is hotting up down the last 50 between those other boys.
Fraser Wilson though, looking like he is going to pick up his first gold medal of these championships. He is the reigning national age group champion for this age group, so looks like that title will be retained. And an impressive swim, 2:11.67, so he certainly did improve on that 2:15.10, and he also improved on his just checking his entry time, 2:13 to 12:19 to be precise, so he was inside that as well. So nice stuff, Fraser. Yeah, there you can see. I thought it might have been close for second, but in the end, no. It was Ian Rose by a comfortable margin, and it's Rory Young, part of Midlothian, who just got past Mark Devlin, who just struggled a bit down that last 50. So Rory Young takes the bronze. (17.18) is one of the last of our 200 butterfly races. This one I think should be pretty competitive. The two North Lanarkshire swimmers, Gianna Napolitano and Craig Greenock, who were very strong in the 50 yesterday. In between them will be Jonah Walsh of Warrender. Give you the full field. Lane 0 there, Thomas Balfour of City of Glasgow. Beside him from Perth City, Tom Jeffers. In lane 2, Jamie McDonald of Warrender. In lane 3, Gianna Napolitano of North Lanarkshire. 4 is Jonah Walsh, the fastest qualifier from Warrender. Craig Greenock, second North Lanarkshire swimmer, goes in lane 5. And in 6th, Finlay Hart of East Lothian. 7 is Fergus Kennedy of Aberdeen. Duncan McKinney, City of Glasgow, in 8. And Daniel Ferguson leads the field for Swim West Lothian in lane 9. go. So just a reminder, 2:08.85, Jonah Walsh, 2:09.96, Craig Greenock, 2:10.93, Gianna Napolitano, the fastest three from this morning. Too much to separate any of them across the pool early on here. Looks like maybe Gianna Napolitano has got the best start in lane 3.
He looks like he's going to touch first at the 50, maybe just.
28.09 for him, 28.32 for his teammate Craig Greenock. Jonah Walsh in between them in 3rd place. The swimmer's pretty close as well.
Good underwater work there from Giano. See if he keeps that up all the way through the race. Well past 5-10 metres.
I guess that is where the strength comes to play, that they can do that sort of thing.
Yes, that can make a big difference, and as they get older and more technically adapt to that, then it can make or break a race.
Very little in it to choose between the two North Lanarkshire swimmers at the halfway mark, 1:01.01 and 1:01.26. So just a quarter of a second separating. There's 2 Warrender swimmers in the mix here, because Jamie McDonald is going very nicely in lane 2, youth development squad member. And he is right up there. In fact, he is looking very strong down this 3rd 50.
Starting to pull away from these boys a little bit. If we can keep this up, then he's going to swim a really technically good race. Got his tactics right, but they're all much of a muchness now.
So at the 150 turns is Jamie McDonald, but not by too much. A couple of tenths clear. Craig Greenock 2nd, Jonah Walsh 3rd.
You see them now start to bring in their legs a lot more, picking hard, trying to establish a little bit of a lead and get their hands on the ball first.
Jamie McDonald, he took it fairly easy in the heats, I think, to go into lane 2, but well, saving it for when it matters. And it looks like he's going to take this. Jonah Walsh's teammate is going to make it a Warrender 1-2. Oh, it's getting close, and well, who gets it? It is Jamie by 0.09 of a second in the end. 2:07.06, 2:07.15. Thought there maybe Jonah Walsh was just going to get it off him at the end there, but not quite. But that was a very well organised swim, I suppose, from Jamie McDonald. Big mouth there to grab the oxygen.
Definitely, they'll need it after that.
And you can see there as well, lane 5, not far away as well, Craig Greenock. So cracking race there, and interesting tactics from the different swimmers there. There is the confirmed result. Jamie McDonald 2:07.06, Jonah Walsh 2:07.15, so just that 900ths. And then Craig Greenock just edging out his teammate Gianna Napolitano. So Warrender and North Lanarkshire dominating proceedings there. Back to the podium now. And first up will be the 15-year-olds and the 16-year-olds. Barbara Somerville once again doing the honours for us. The bronze medalist for the 15-year-olds is Fraser Kelly of North Ayrshire. And for the 16-year-olds, Rory Young with that late charge to grab the bronze from Martin Midlothian. Silver medalists, Winchester's Marcus Scullion, 15-year-olds. And Ian Rose of Warrender, 16-year-old silver medalist. The gold medalists, 15-year-olds from City of Glasgow, Mark Ford. And 16-year-olds, Fraser Wilson. Contrast there, smiley Mark Ford, the serious Fraser
It does
Wilson.
look very serious, doesn't it? There's a good smile now.
Looks like he's still puffing.
Yes.
So there's the 15s and the 16s. They're going to be joined now by the 17, 18-year-olds. Just got a chance to get out the pool and join the others on the podium. Just a wee bit of dressing to be done. So the bronze medalist for the 17, 18-year-olds, Craig Greenock of North Lanarkshire. The silver medalist, Jonah Walsh from Warrender. Just pipping him to the post and picking up his first gold of these championships. His teammate Jamie McDonald. also puffing, but I guess he's got every right to. It's not very long since he was just finishing that 200
Just
fly.
a couple of minutes, I think, if that.
Yeah, if that. So again, some good 200 flies there. Next up we have 100 backstroke, back to the girls. Again, we go through the age groups, starting with the youngsters, 11 to 13-year-olds. They're making their way to the podium now. There's Mr. Jimmerson relaxing there. Something's tickling his fancy. See who he's got coming up here. Didn't see any of his in this next race. We've got Jenna Cole of North Lanarkshire in 0, Hannah Green of Warrender in 1, Abby Armstrong, Dundee City Aquatics in 2, Holly McGill, Heart of Midlothian in 3, Rachel Saunders, the fastest qualifier from Warrender in lane 4, and 2 from West Lothian, Drew Mackenzie in lane 5, Emma DeVette in lane 6. 7 is Lauren Anderson of Dumfries. Lane 8, Rosie Robertson of Perth City. And lane 9, Ashley Merson from West Lothian. Heat times 107 up to 113. Fastest qualifier Rachel Saunders. Looked pretty strong there, 107.45 was her time. That was an improvement on her entry time in the heats.
Take your marks.
So close-in shot of second fastest qualified Drew Mackenzie as she prepared to get going on the backstroke. Great start over in lane 0, Jenna Coles. She has put in some good performances so far this weekend. Been on the podium a couple of times, so could she throw a surprise here from the outside lane? Well, not if Rachel Saunders has got anything to say about it. She is now moving through very nicely and goes through the turn 32.66. So a pretty healthy lead for her. Second place, in fact, is Emma DeVette from Drew Mackenzie. So the 2 West Lothian swimmers, although there's plenty of others around about them. Looking good for Rachel. Coming down the second length, up by about 3 meters. The question is who's going to be second, and it looks like it's between Drew Mackenzie and Holly McGill. And Holly, I think the Hearts girl in lane 3, is the favourite for the silver, but the gold goes to the Warrender swimmer, Rachel Saunders. Great swim from her, 1:07.65, so pretty much on her time she did this afternoon. Second was Holly McGill, and third Drew Mackenzie.
Another strong backstroke swim from Rachel after 200 last night.
Could she have done that finish a little tidier? Or is that harsh?
I think that's a bit harsh.
Sorry.
There's always room for improvement, but...
So the summary there on the board for you. Saunders, McGill, Mackenzie, the 1, 2, 3. Them now fairly regular attendees to the podium as we get ready for our 14-year-old final now. There in lane 0, Abby Sinclair of Warrender. Beside her from Glenrothes is Jacqueline McMillan in the pink cap. In lane 2, Lucy Grieve of South Ayrshire. 3 from Dundee City Aquatics is Morgan Anderson. There she is in the pink cap. Lane 4, Elise McQueenie of City of Glasgow, and her second race of the night, Katie Shanahan in lane 5, also from City of Glasgow. Then we've got Neve Green of Dumfries in lane 6, Natalie Jones, Warrender in 7, Rowan Saunders of Hearts in 8, and completing the field, Amy Watson of Inverclyde. And the last night, Amy in an outside lane for this one though. It's the 2 Glaswegians, 1:07 for both of them, Elise and Katie. You probably think Katie the favourite. Came into this meet with a 1:04, see if she can replicate that.
Take your marks.
So here they go, 2 lengths of the pool again.
see how well Katie's managed to recover after her earlier swim this evening.
Just looking at these swimmers. Not sure whether the others have had a second swim. I can't think of any of the others having been in. So, but it is lane 5, Katie Shannon. She'll have had a while now. It's nearly an hour since we started, so
Certainly looking like it's not had a huge amount of effect.
31.95 against Elise McQueen's 32.55. Third place at the turn, the green of the Vries.
Really good steady head position Katie's got.
So secret to strong backstroke.
Good strong leg kick. Nice fast straight with the arms, and I think just looking at Katie here, her head, it's rock solid still.
Just directing all the force into a vertical line.
Definitely, there's no bobbing movement at all. Very smooth.
Vertical line, I suppose I mean horizontal line actually, thinking about it, but before any coaches write in. 105.92. It's 106.51 for Elise McQueenie, so both of them faster than they were in the heat. I think they'll be happy with that. Third place, Lucy Grieve. Here she comes in. A nice dip into the wall. Especially, you've got obviously the guidance of the flags as you come in, but just to nail that finish at the end there.
It's definitely
practice.
There's an art and practice to it. It doesn't always work either, unfortunately.
So there's the confirmed result. Katie Shannon, Elise McQueenie and Neve Green. We'll see on the podium shortly. As they come out of the pool, we'll be moving on to the 15-year-olds. They are just about to make their way to the blocks. Rattling along here. Two strong Carnegie swimmers. We have an Atari swimmer here, so Michael Jemison will be showing a keen interest in this one. They come to their respective blocks. That's lane 3 swimmer. We'll get to them in a while. Dumfries's Ava Simpson is in lane 0. In lane 1 from Elgin, Holly Shand. Where's Holly? There she is, with that EN on her cap. Then we have Maria Caprelli of Dundee City Aquatics. Morven Lister of Carnegie. Teammate Ellie Turner, yesterday in the 200. Caroline Lewitt beside her of Natari. Fiona McLeod of Dundee City Aquatics in 6. Lucy Lucas of East Lothian is in 7. Lane 8, Emma Russell of Heart of Midlothian. And lane 9 from the University of Aberdeen Performance Team, Mari McDonald. A couple of swimmers 105s this morning, Ellie Turner and Caroline Lewitt. Then we had Morven Lister on a 106. Looking at the entry times, Ellie Turner 104, so she wasn't too far away from that this morning. And you'd think she'd be the one here, but Caroline Lewitt could push her hard.
Take your marks.
So there they go. And we're about to find out.
These girls making a bit more use of the underwater, getting closer to that 15-metre mark that we've seen in some of the races so far.
At what point in their development would you expect them to get to that 15 in the underwater?
Maybe never for some of them, if that's not their strongest point, but certainly as they get to these older age groups, they'll start to go a little bit further. But it's always something you mention, even for the youngest age groups.
So it is Caroline Lewitt leading at halfway, 31.34 against Ellie Turner, 31.53, Morven Lister 31.83. So a bit of a diagonal here, and we've certainly got a race on here. Caroline Lewitt has certainly taken it out strong, but Ellie Turner now right beside her. So the two black caps of Atari and Carnegie doing battle here. Morven Lister just behind them, looks good for the bronze, but it's Ellie Turner, I think, just edging into the lead now as they come towards the final 5. This is one of the closest races we've had here, but Ellie Turner just has the edge as she comes in and gets it. So second backstroke goal for her, 104.52 against 104.79. So good swims from the pair of them. Ellie Turner 104.60. She came into this meet, so just edging a little bit off that. Caroline Lewitt, I think, will be pretty happy with her swim there. Just looking to see what she came in on, our 107, so big improvement there.
That's good. A good race from both those girls.
And Mormon Lister there, 105.50 for third place. So, well, Caroline Lewitt really was aggressive down that first length, wasn't she? And she really made Ellie Turner work for that win.
She did, and she's finished with an excellent time. I'm sure she'll be very happy with that.
There is the result. Fiona McLeod, fourth place, ahead of Ava Simpson. Back to the podium we go. The 11 to 13s and the 14-year-olds are up there. This time it's Liz Stewart making the presentations, former president and very much involved with the organisation of this meet. Bronze medalist Drew McKenzie for the 11 to 13-year-olds and Neve Green for the 14-year-olds. Silver medalists Holly McGill of Heart of Midlothian for the 11 to 13s and Elise McQueenie for the 14-year-olds. And the gold medalist Scottish champions, they are Rachel Saunders, Warren for the 11 to 13s, and second of the night for Katie Shanahan in the 14-year-old age group. See then Rachel with the war paint on. Not seen too much war paint this year. You usually see lots of it.
Not so far. I'm sure it'll still be waiting to be unveiled over the next few days.
So there's your challenge. Who can be the team with the best facial decorations? Remember #Snags 2018. Have your say. As we get ready now for the 16-year-olds. Sticking with the 100 backstroke. It's pretty calm at the moment, but won't be for long. Once these swimmers get in about it. Lane 0 from University of Aberdeen Performance Team, Amber Chaffrey. Lane 1 from Finn's, Caitlin Dodds. Lane 2 from Shetland, Lauren Sanderson. Lane 3 from Best, the Borders team, Erica Chopek. In lane 4, City of Glasgow's Serena Iguaram. In 5 from Mulgai and Bearsden, Ellis Shields. Lane 6 from Preston, Elizabeth Wafer. In 7 is Alice Meldrum of South Lanarkshire. 8 is Rachel Gillespie from Mulgai and Bearsden. Lane 9 from South Ayrshire is Sophie Cameron. So that's the line-up. Shields, the winner of the 200 backstroke yesterday. Serena Iguaram, though, was faster than her this morning. This could be an interesting one. She's very fine. So was Serena, perhaps you think more of a fly swimmer than a backstroker. See the nose shield there.
Take your marks.
And away they go. See who comes out. And certainly, as you say, getting close to that 15 there.
Very good there.
So, hard to call the leader. Maybe just now emerging into the lead, Ellis Shields in lane 5. Going well in lane 1 is Caitlin Dodds of Finn's. And now maybe, well, lane 6, I think Elizabeth Wafer turns in second place, Serena Iguaram in third. 31 seconds dead for Ellis Shields at the halfway mark. And coming out that turn, about a body length up. Although they're coming back at her a little bit here. She's still got the advantage. Elizabeth Wafer going well. She's battling with Serena Iguaram now for second. It does look like Ellis has this one now pretty well under control. Serena, I think, maybe just in second now, so Ellis gets it, Serena second, Elizabeth Wafer third. The winning time there, 1:05.02.
That was a good example of taking a race out hard, just maintaining that all the way down into the finish.
Please leave the field by the referee's side.
Coming in here. So just that little dip at the end. Both of the girls we saw there. And there is, well, not yet rolled, but here it is now. Alice Shields, Serena Iguarum, Elizabeth Wafer with Erica Chopek in fourth, just ahead of Caitlin Dodds. One more 100 backstroke to come. Then we go to our 50s. And after the 50 breaststroke it is this evening for the boys, we go to our 400s. IM for the girls, freestyle for the boys. 100 backstroke for 17, 18-year-olds first on the agenda. And we have Kirsty Griffiths of City of Glasgow going in 0. Sarah Fraser, University of Aberdeen Performance, is in lane 1 somewhere. There she is. Lane 2, Emma Scully of City of Glasgow. 3, Caitlin Duffy of South Ayrshire. Lane 4, Hannah Dryber of Aberdeen. Lane 5, Alice Alcaraz of University of Aberdeen Performance. 6, that's Alicia Lumsden in 5, my apologies, from South Aberdeenshire. Then it's Alice Alcaraz in 6, Jessica Damon of Warrender in 7, Holly Young of City of Glasgow in 8, and Neve Ritchie of Warrender in lane 9. So quite a strong Aberdeen presence here. Hannah Dryber, Aberdeen ASC, South Aberdeenshire, involved with Alicia Lumsden, Alice Alcaraz and Sarah Fraser from the University of Aberdeen. So is it going to be a race for the northeast of Scotland? We'll find out. Some others will have their thoughts about it. Caitlin Duffy of South Ayrshire, maybe one of them. Emma Scully, another.
Take your marks.
So away they go. 17-18. Girls 100 backstroke.
Pretty much up in a line there, certainly in the middle lanes.
I suppose when you do get tight up, you sometimes almost have to force yourself to get up before that marker so that you don't get the DQ.
Definitely, yes.
So lane 4 going well, so is lane 7. Jessica Damon in lane 7, gold medalist yesterday. She's just behind Hannah Dryber, who's first turn, 31.21. We see an Aberdeen swimmer on the top of the podium yet. Maybe this is the time, although it's mighty close here. Caitlin Duffy is in the mix, so very much is Jessica Damon. Jessica Damon looking pretty good here in lane 7. But, well, it's a three-way battle here as they come into the final 5 metres. Any of the three could get this one. It's going to be all on the touch here. Who gets it? It goes to Jessica Damon. 105.08 by 900ths from Caitlin Duffy, and then just 100th to Hannah Dryber. So Hannah led at halfway, but in the end it's just a bronze medal for her. So tight.
It's probably one of the best examples we've had this evening of a really, really tight finish. The three girls there all in a line.
Yeah, but it's Jessica Damon just doing the business to get her second gold medal in 2 days. There's confirmation. Caitlin Duffy, Hannah Dryber, second and third, just 100th is the difference between silver and bronze. Honest, our officials do work hard, not just sitting down on the job all the time. So we're back to the podium now, starting with the 15s and 16-year-olds. 17 and 18-year-olds will join us shortly. The bronze medalist for the 15-year-olds, Carnegie's Morven Lister. Once again, Liz Stewart doing the honours for us. And it's Preston's Elizabeth Wafer. Takes the bronze. Silver medalist Caroline Lewitt. What a great race she swam. Natari, West London. And the 15-year-olds, Serena Iguarum. Gold medalists. 15-year-olds rather, Carnegie's Ellie Turner. And medalist shields for the 15-year-olds from Mulgai and Bearsden, both of them doubling up. I don't think that is Ellis. Or maybe it is. So well done to them. 17-18s now coming up to the podiums. We admire the very nice hairstyle there. Scottish summer meet has been and gone. So our bronze medalist for the 17-18-year-olds, Hannah Triborough of Aberdeen. If we can just get the camera back to the podium area. So there we go. So that's getting the gold medalist, that is Jess Damon, and you can see behind her Caitlin Duffy, the silver medalist from South Ayrshire, so our 17-18-year-old medalists. So well done to them. We'll be focusing now up to the other end of the pool for our next set of races, the 50-metre breaststroke. Just a wee look at the swim down pool. Not swimming all the time in the swim down pool, as you can see. Sometimes it's nice just to get the cool of the water lapping around your shoulders. So we have the boys now at the other end of the pool for our 11 to 13 final. We've got Callum Melville of Grantham in 0, Robson Miles of Scotia in 1, James Keane of West Lothian in 2, Matthew Hand of Ards in 3, Brian Sandilands of South Lanarkshire in 4, Ryan King of Glenrothes in 5, Jamie Ritchie of Mulgai and Bearsden in 6, Lewis Sutherland of Highland Swim Team in 7, 8 is Cameron Mitchell from Carnoustie, and lane 9 Douglas Calder from first. So our first 50, the heat times this afternoon, 34.8 up to 37.1. A couple of seconds spread between them. Ryan Sandilands the fastest by about 6 or 7 tenths. So he goes in lane 4 in the red cap, still upright, and then goes down as the starter says, take your marks. Different things, whatever makes you comfortable, I guess, on the blocks.
Definitely, I think you need to just work out what works best for you and stick with that.
So this could be a scramble here for the places as they come down the pool. Certainly that quite big range that was evident in the heats is not evident here in the final. They're all over the place here, the swimmers at the front of this one. This is just impossible to call. Maybe just edging up now is Matthew Hand in lane 3, and it is Matthew. He takes his second gold of these championships, the arts-based swimmer. So great stuff from him. Second is Lewis Sutherland, and Douglas Calder is third place. So great stuff there. Matthew Hand just doing the job from Lewis Sutherland and Douglas Calder. So makes the point there. Win from lane 3, second from lane 7, bronze from lane 9.
A good spread across the pool. I think in these 50 breaststrokes you might see that all the way across, particularly in these younger age groups.
So we're done with the 11 to 13s, 14-year-olds just coming up now to the blocks. Time for a wee chat in the swim down pool as well, but we're ready to go now for introduce the 14-year-olds. We have Oleg Smith of First going in lane 0, Liam Campbell of Stirling Swim in 1, Murray Pritchard of Perth City in 2, Tony Anderson, City of Glasgow in 3, Jamie Littlefield broke the national age group record in the heats, he goes in 4, Matthew Garrity of Inverclyde in 5, Liam Murphy of First in 6, Ben Galloway of Ren 96 in 7, Jack Jardine of Western Berkshire in 8, and James Fraser, University of Aberdeen Performance, is in lane 9. There are hard to see past Jamie Littlefield here. We've got one of yours in here, Kerry.
That's right, we'll see how Leon gets on. He was a good 200 breast last night, so hopefully we can see what he can do in the shorter distance.
Matthew Garrity's also had a good meet. He goes in lane 5, the Inverclyde swimmer. Away they go, so that record time that Jamie Littlefield set this afternoon, 31.46, so we'll keep an eye on that. He's in the red cap, the top of those two yellow lanes. It's looked like he's just about got the edge, but not much in it. Lane 7 going very nicely. Ben Galloway around 97. Well, after that it's close. Lane 3, Tony Anderson maybe in the mix for a medal, but it does look like Littlefield now starting to stretch it out. He's up by about 1.5 meters as he comes in. Let's check the time, 31.99, so not replicating his great swim from this afternoon, but a clear gold there, 31.99. Tony Anderson did get a medal, it's a silver, and look at who's third.
Yes, Leon will be very happy with that.
Leon Campbell, sterling swim. So excellent stuff from Leon, along with Jamie and Tony, our medalists there in the 50 breaststroke. Confirmation there, I wasn't lying. He did it by 700ths over Matthew Garrity to get that bronze medal. So Jamie Littlefield, though, almost a second, which is a big margin in a 50.
It's a very big margin in a 50.
Next up we have the 15-year-olds. They're in lane 0. Marvin Brown of Elgin. In 1, Kerr Martin, North Lanarkshire. Lane 2, Lewis Mackenzie of Warrender. 3, Douglas Kelly, Mount Kelly College, as appropriate. Finley Cousins of University of Aberdeen Performance. Then we have in 5, Angus Allison of Inverleith. 2 Dumfries swimmers, Cameron Allison is in 6 and Owen McBurney in 7. Marius Gringalis of North Lanarkshire in 8 and Graham Baird of Scotia is in lane 9. Finley Cousins 31.91, Angus Allison 32.21. Both picked up gold medals yesterday. This could be very close, I think. Again. So cleanly away. And getting into their strokes now. It's fast stroking rhythm from the sprinters. And again, well, I said it was going to be very close. It certainly is very close. Marius Gringalis going well in lane 8. Lane 4 is Finley Cousins. I think maybe Finley now just coming through to take it. It's very tight for second and third, but it was, in the end, a fairly clear victory for Finley Cousins, 31.59, over half a second up, and Cameron Allison taking second, and Douglas Kelly takes bronze, just by 200ths from Angus Allison. So he'll be disappointed not to make it on the podium, just missing out. There you see them coming in all across the field, really from lane 4 to quite close to the camera. But it was Finley who prevailed, 31.59. There you have the full result. This does seem to be sometimes in these 50s, you really can't tell for the first 30 metres, and then in this last 15 metres or so, it all becomes clear.
It does, and I think that makes it even more exciting. They all have very good starts, and gradually just the stronger swimmers pull away a little bit in the last 15 or so metres.
Bit of sustenance.
It's always good to refuel.
To prepare for, they probably look as if they're done for the day, but 3 more days of competition, so we're not even halfway yet. Presentations next. First of our 50s. The 13s and the 14-year-olds making their way to the podium. As they get the Scottish Swimming tier shirts, because they haven't got time to go back up to the other end of the pool to collect their own shirts. So No team colours in this one. Bronze medalists. Douglas Calder first in the under-13s, and Sterling swims Leon Campbell in the 14s. Silver medalists. Lewis Sutherland and the Highland swim team. And in the 14-year-olds, Tony Anderson, City of Glasgow. He's managed to grab a Glasgow shirt from somewhere. Tom Tracy, former president, making these presentations. And our champions, Matthew Hand, the Open champion, Northern Irish boy from Arts, and Jamie Littlefield, that national age group record in the heats, 31.46. Big lad. Uses that power to very good effect. And Lewis Sutherland picks up the gold medal as the top Scot in the 11 to 13 age group. Looks a bit bemused by it, but I think they're giving it to the wrong person, so let's sort this out, Tom. Yeah. That's right. That wall paint is a bit smudged, it has to be said, for the Highlanders. A team, it's a composite team of a number of clubs. Covers a massive area from Nairn through to Inverness and all the way up to Thurso and Wick. So there must be some task, I think, for head coach Jimmy Orr to manage that lot.
I think so.
Let's do the miles.
Yes.
So we go back to the 16-year-olds now. Back up to the top of the pool. We've got Theo Goodfellow of Finns going in 0. Greg Fairbairn of North Lanarkshire in 1. 2 is Conor Massey of City of Glasgow. Ethan Horn in 3 for South Lanarkshire. Lane 4, John Keane of West Lothian. 5 is Rory Dixon of North Ayrshire. And 2 from Perth City. Finlay Cormack in 6 and Luke Mitchell in 7. Another Stirling swimmer coming up here, Ollie Carr in lane 8. And lane 9 is Mark Hutchin from Shetland. So good representation around the country. Central Belt, up to Perth, Fife, all the way up to the Shetlands. Fastest qualifier, John Keane, 30.71. He looked to get the strongest start there in lane 4. Apart from that angle to really get view, but then as you see them go past the red 25-metre markers, you do get a bit of a sense of what's going on, and it is John Keane who has just got the advantage here, maybe half a metre up on the field, very, very close behind him, but Keane is going to take this by about a metre. He comes in a time of 30.91. So again, just slightly outside his time from the heat, so perhaps a little disappointed with that. It's Rory Dixon taking silver, and Greg Fairbairn takes the bronze. Just need to maybe just check on that, because the scoreboard here in the venue has been cleared. So it might be that there is a report coming in here. We wanted to wait and have a look at that. Certainly John Keane clearly the first in. I see them making their way out the pool. We just wait for confirmation of that result. I wonder whether there was somebody maybe slightly fast off the blocks there, but well, we'll see. This must also be a slightly nervy time when...
I think it can be, particularly if you're maybe a little bit worried that you've maybe gone a wee bit quick.
Well, here we're about to find out now. We do have a disqualification. Unfortunately, it's Finlay Cormack in lane 6. So I don't think it affects the top 3. So John Keane, Rory Dixon, Greg Fairbairn, the 1, 2, 3 is confirmed. So they'll be just relieved, I guess, that it was near them. Another good swim from Greg Fairbairn from lane 1 that time, getting himself onto the podium. 17-18s is our last 50 of the evening. this one. We have Angus Nicol, one of 4 City of Glasgow swimmers, and the top of the pool. Yusuf Beto is the second of them in lane 1. Then we got Ross Neely in lane 2, Max Hagan in 3. Then we go to Warrender's Archie Goodburn in lane 4. In lane 5, Gregor Barnett of Elgin. Casper Dlusak is in lane 6, representing Best. Then Michael Owen of Western Bartonshire. Andrew McIntosh of South Lanarkshire. And completing the field, Lewis Bailey from Dundee City Aquatics. So Archie Goodburn has been showing some really strong form this weekend. So we'll see what he can do here. Set a new national age group record in the heats 2018-1. So if he can improve on that again here, I think he will be certainly looking to try and do some progression from heats to finals.
Certainly had a very good start there.
Looks like he's maybe going to dominate this one, and again it's about who's going to get second and third. You see they're all in a line, but Archie Goodburn completely dominating things from lane 4. He's up by about 2.5 meters there as he comes in. Check on the time, 28.73. He does improve yet again on that time by another 800ths, knocked off that national age group record. So well done, Mr. Goodburn. Another fine swim.
That was a very good example, start to finish, of classically good breaststroke swimming.
And he didn't look to be stroking really fast there, so it was all about control and power.
Definitely, and I think that's one of his advantages. He, whether it's the 50, the 100 or the 200, never looks like he's working too hard. He really uses his stroke.
So wonderful example of program that we've got going in Scotland. Technique matters. Technique really did matter there. So again we go back to the podium to complete our medal presentations for the 50 breaststroke before we go to our 400s.
That was Leon's mum with her club monkey.
The club monkey. Tell us about the club monkey.
Not sure there's much to tell. It's just arrived at the competition this meet, so
Okay.
dressed in Stirling kit.
Every club should have a monkey. Bronze medalist then, the 15-year-olds, Douglas Kelly of Mount Kelly College, of course, formerly from Monheim Bears 10. Greg Fairbairn for North Lanarkshire. Silver medalists, Cameron Allison of Dumfries in the 15-year-olds, and Rory Dixon of North Ayrshire, 16-year-olds. And our champions, Finley Cousins, University of Aberdeen Performance Team, 15-year-olds. And John Keane on Swim West Lothian for the 16-year-olds. They're now being joined by the 17, 18-year-olds, so we'll bring them onto the podium now. Ross Neely, City of Glasgow, the bronze medalist. Silver medalist from South Lanarkshire, Andrew McIntosh. And the gold medalist in that new national age group record time, Archie Goodburn. So we're done with our 50s, something completely different now, 400 IM. As we pose for the photos. So we'll be coming pretty shortly to them. We've just got the 3 races in the 400 IM, as I said, and the 400 freestyle. The 11, 13s and the 14s are done for tonight. And so we start with the 15-year-olds in their women's 400 IM. They are making their way onto the blocks now. 1 length of the pool. We move to 8 lengths of the pool. So for the next half an hour or so, about 400 meter swimming. Swimmers in this first race, the 15-year-old girls 400 IM. Priya Basie goes for City of Glasgow in 0. She's looking pretty relaxed about it. Lane 1, Maria Cabrelli of Dundee City Aquatics. Lane 2, Morven Lister of Carnegie for a second swim. Ellie Riley also, after that win in the breaststroke, goes in lane 3. Diana McLeod, Dundee City Aquatics in 4. She was in the backstroke earlier, as was this girl, Ellie Turner, winner in the backstroke. Where's Ellie? Do we see her there? Close to there. Didn't see her. Jennifer Murray in 6 for North Ayrshire. 7, Jenny Galloway, after her bronze earlier for Warrender. Ellie O'Reilly of North Lanarkshire in 8. Rebecca Braid of Carnegie in 9. So commentator's nightmare here. Ellie Riley and Ellie O'Reilly going head to head. Ellie Turner is there. You can see her as we ran through, but she's certainly up on her block.
Take your laps.
That's the fastest entry. Oh, no, in fact, Diana McLeod has the fastest entry time, 5:08:03. Anything of Iona as a distance freestyler, anything must be probably from 200 upwards. We'll see what she can do across the 4 strokes here. She goes in the pink cap there, beside her in the black cap, Ellie Turner, both youth squad members. So part of the Scottish Swimming Performance Programme designed to bring swimmers up in the long term, through from junior ranks through to the senior ranks, aiming perhaps to emulate what we'll see next week in the Gold Coast in 2022. Start from Ellie Turner. We'll certainly see her probably strongest in the first 2 disciplines. Going nicely here in the fly. We saw how good she is at backstroke earlier this evening. Very nicely in lane 8 is Ella Riley. So at the moment she's leading Ellie Riley, who's in 4th place behind Diana McLeod. But that's a nice start from Ellie Turner. I guess you play to your strengths and then work on your weaknesses to try and minimise the damage.
Yes, you do. I think that's a pretty good way of putting it. I would expect Ellie to be out here fast. She's obviously a very, very strong backstroker. And the good thing about Forna Medley is that when we get the breaststroke leg, then we can see if any of these other girls in some of the outside lanes are breaststrokers and how much they can pull back.
We know that Ellie Riley is a breaststroker, so and she's not that far back. See her there just coming up to the turn. So she could certainly be a contender later on here, but at the moment you see the 1st and 2nd place swimmers. Ellie Turner, Diana McLeod.
Okay, just working legs kicking, but not too hard on this backstroke. Got the breaststroke to come, so you need some leg power for that breaststroke leg of this race.
It's a temptation, if you are a strong backstroker, really to maybe work too hard in the backstroke before the breaststroke. It
could be, yes, and particularly if your breaststroke's a little bit weaker. But these girls don't look like they're doing that at all. They're well under control.
2:23.98, Ellie Turner split at halfway, 2:25.77 for Iona, so just under 2 seconds the gap. These two have opened up a fair gap. It looks like it's Morven Lister in 3rd place, but you see beside her now Ellie Riley. You just start to see her move alongside Morven Lister. Interesting to see whether she can get anywhere close. She's got a lot of ground to make up to catch up these two, and it still is Ellie Turner from Iona McLeod. So these are the ones perhaps you'd fancy to bring this one through. Ellie Turner 4th in the British Summer Championship. She is the reigning national age group champion. Iona McLeod was 2nd last year, so at the moment they're replicating that. But if Iona McLeod's still in it when they get to freestyle, then, well, watch out. And there you can see the progress that Ellie Riley has made. She was miles back, and now, well, she's right on the tail of Iona McLeod. And I think think she might be past her by the time they get to the end of the breaststroke.
She's done a really good job on this breaststroke leg.
Can you carry that momentum easily into the freestyle? Well, we'll have to find out. Ellie Turner is holding her lead. Now it is Ellie Riley into second place. Iona McLeod just a couple of metres back on her. So into the freestyle. This race is by no means over. 3:54.11, 3:56.11 is 1 to 3, 3:54.61. Ellie Riley in between them. So the three of them a long way clear of anyone else. These are going to be the girls on the podium, but who's going to get top spot here? Ellie Riley certainly looks to be taking that momentum from the breaststroke into the freestyle here, and she is right there now with Ellie Turner as we come up to the final turn. This is a fascinating race here. It is still Ellie Turner has got the advantage at the turn. She's up by 8/10, so maybe she has the upper hand, but we mentioned earlier that Iona McLeod's a very strong freestyler, so could she put in a late challenge here? They've just got over half a length to go, and the three of them, well, maybe half a metre between 1 and 2 here, and it's Iona McLeod who is putting in the challenge on Ellie Turner, who's led all the way here. Can she hold on in the last 10 metres? Iona McLeod pushing her hard as they come to the final 5, but Ellie Turner holding her off. She's going to take it. It's another win on the night, second of the evening for Ellie Turner. Really had to push on there as she came under pressure from Iona McLeod in the closing stages. Ellie Riley after that terrific breaststroke, just not able to hold it in the freestyle, but she takes the bronze in 5:04.69. The winning time for Ellie Turner, 5:02.30, and well, that's lovely to see as well, that hug there, just hanging on there after the work that they put in. Thoughts on that one, Kerry?
Good, strong forward medley racing from those girls, showing strength and depth in all the strokes. I'm particularly impressed with the breaststroke leg from Ellie Riley. She pulled back very much on that to win herself that bronze medal. She gave the other two a really good race.
Some good confirmation there of the full result. Ellie Turner taking it close to her entry time, just slightly away from it, but only about a second. Context of a race of over 5 minutes, that's not a lot. Iona McLeod and Ellie Riley to the 1, 2, 3. Find the energy to climb out the pool. As we go to the 15-year-olds, the 16-year-olds. And going in lane 0 for Aberdeen will be Rebecca Reid. Nichols for Warrenburg in lane 1. Weatherall, see her there, City Glasgow cap on. 3, Georgina Dennis of Kelly College. Lane 4, Gaia Alcaraz from University of Aberdeen Performance. Right now, going a bit further. There she is, Gaia Alcaraz. There we've got Yvonne Brown, second swim of the night after that excellent 200 breaststroke. Serena Iguaram having a busy night as well for City of Glasgow. Wallace ran 96 and 7. Karen Heath of West Lothian in 8. Levi Wilson, Carnegie in lane 9. Again, I think we'll see contrasting fortunes in the different strokes here. Expect a strong start from Gaia Alcaraz, very strong fly swimmer. Dennis, a good all-rounder. She will be a challenge throughout, I think. Kelly girl, the Scottish youth squad. She's certainly off to a good start in lane 3, so it is lanes 4 and 3, Gaia and Georgina taking it out here down the first 50. Through the turn, Gaia gets the touch, 30.89 against Georgina's 31.06. In third place, Claire Wallace in lane 7.
Contrasting styles there on the butterfly from these two girls, both working hard to get a bit of a lead. I'm sure they'll be expecting Yvonne Brown to come back at them on the breaststroke, so they're going to try and get as far away from her as possible. Pushing on now, Serena Iguaram, also a very fine butterfly swimmer in lane 6. I think she's maybe just edged into second now as they go to the backstroke. 107.51 for Gaia.
In fact, it was Georgina just touching second, 108.89, just ahead of Serena, 109.12. It's a backstroke. Recall any of these swimmers in the backstroke earlier, so this is slightly unknown territory for us. But they're all good all-rounders, they won't have a particular weakness in any of these. Paris looks to be imposing herself now a bit on the others. Georgina second, Serena third, not much still between them.
Nice smooth flat stroke. She's working well down the second 50 of the backstroke.
Rapidly developing program up in Aberdeen and Patrick Miley and Rick McMillan. Making Aberdeen into a real bastion of swimming strength. Halfway mark, 2:23.84, so quite a good lead now, over 2.5 seconds for Gaia. Serena Iguaran now does have second over Georgina Dennis.
Interesting mix of turns there for the back to breast. Some girls favouring the touch turn, some girls doing the flip turn. Good to see a mix.
No right answer there?
No, I don't think so. It's very much individual preference and a case of playing about, seeing what works best for you.
What do the top ones tend to do?
Again, I'd say it's a mix. A real mix.
Of course. Paris has the example of Hannah Miley up in Aberdeen to follow in the 400 IM, so it looks like she's learned something from her, because it doesn't look like anyone's getting close to her here across the stroke. So she had a narrow lead after the fly, she built it out nicely in the backstroke, she's really consolidating it here in the breaststroke. This is where you'd expect Yvonne Brown to make progress, but she is a long way back in about 4th place here. Serena Iguaran still in second ahead of Georgina Dennis. As you see there, the long view across the pool and the extent of Alcaraz's lead, coming up to 300 metres. Goes through that, 3:50.61. So a pretty emphatic lead. To take it to the freestyle, 7 seconds.
Can't see any of these other girls catching her now, so it looks like we might be on a race for the silver and bronze medals in this race.
You have pushed it pretty hard across it, because you're using different muscle sets across the different strokes, so there's the danger that you are starting to really sort of cramp up at this stage.
Potentially, but these girls have done a lot of training getting themselves ready for this 400 IM, so they'll be fit and strong and know how to pace their races.
So the guy's doing exactly that. There's nobody really getting anywhere close to it. As you said, Kerry, it's going to be a close contest behind her. Got a shot of that. There we go now. You can see there a long way behind. You can see Georgina Dennis there, but the others are right there with her.
It's going to be a good fight for this silver medal.
Gaia Alcaraz dominating it here completely, 4:58.25. You have to go under the 5 minutes. It's going to be Georgina Dennis just doing enough for silver over Serena Iguaran, 5:05.32 and 5:06.08. I guess you're aware that you're a long way clear, but you've really just got to focus on your own performances, how you agreed you were going to tackle that race beforehand.
You do. Well, we can see you're ahead, but you'll have a goal time and a race plan that you'll stick to.
Turkish swimmers, please leave the pool by the referee's side.
Done very nicely there by Gaia. 4:58. She came into this meeting 4:58.42, so nicks a bit off that. 4:58.25. So nice stuff there. Of course, also Scottish National Age Group's an important event for setting a time for the summer meets. This is a window of opportunity for the swimmers to get a good time to go down to Sheffield and take on the rest of Britain.
That's right, and I think for some of these swimmers this might be their main meet in the window. I'm sure they'll race again, but a lot of them, particularly these older swimmers, might well post their times here that they'll then try and go faster than in the summer.
Certainly set down a marker here, and then if you can improve on it, well, good. But if you've got a good time here, then hopefully that has booked your spot.
Definitely puts you in a good position.
So we go to the 17, 18-year-olds now. And the field here in Sierra Rebecca Matheson of Stirling Swim. Kirsty Griffiths, City of Glasgow, is in 1. 2, Kiva Clegg of Boston. 3, Emma Scully of City of Glasgow. Ilse MacDonald of Northampton in 4. Katie Taylor of Heart of Midlothian is in 5. There she is. 6 is Morgan Adams, Dundee City Aquatics. Kirsten Laurie of first in 7. 8, Lisa Miller, South Lanarkshire. Lane 9, Amy Richardson of Best.
Take your marks.
This might be Ailsa McDonald's opportunity to get onto the top of the podium. We've already seen her on the podium but not on the top. So can this be the time for the Scot based in Northampton? She's certainly up there in the mix early on here. In fact, I think she probably does have the lead now. In fact, she definitely does.
She's taking this fly out fast and hard by the looks of it.
So we'll see what the split is. Also going very nicely in lane 7 is Kirsten Laurie, just behind leader Ailsa MacDonald. 30-90 was the 50 split. In between those two, the 2 white caps, Marks, Katie Taylor and Robin Adams. Dundee City Aquatics wearing the pink for once for Dundee. Quite a change in the second half of the fly.
Certainly has. Kirsten Laurie's pushing on.
And also, good start from Amy Richardson in lane 9, the border swimmer from Kelso. 1:08.25. Kirsten Laurie then in first. Katie Taylor second. Amy Richardson third. A bit worrying maybe for Ailsa MacDonald there. What happened there in the second half of that fly? We'll see. Maybe she's got a plan.
Again, I think that is the exciting bit about Forna Medley. We don't know what these swimmers' race plans are and what their tactics are going to be until we actually see them develop through the race.
Katie Taylor now is the one who is making the move. She is a good all-rounder. Seen her over the years, putting in some good individual medley performances. Also a very strong distance swimmer. Won the 1500 yesterday. So this is just a gentle stroll for her.
And we'd probably expect her to be strong in the last 100. So if she's there or thereabouts, then she'll be able to give a good race.
Certainly having a good backstroke. Breaststroke probably will be where they will have the opportunity to come at her. We'll see. She's got about 2-3 metres advantage coming up to the halfway mark. Amy Richardson in lane 9 is still well placed. You see it just coming into your picture at the bottom of the screen, along with lanes 3 and 4, Emma Scully and Ailsa MacDonald, who's got back into second place now. 2:29 against 2:26 for Katie. And we saw Ailsa MacDonald strong on the breaststroke earlier today, so I think this may be where she really goes for it.
She's starting to pull back again on this breaststroke leg.
Scully coming with her. See Kiva Clegg just out of your screen. You sometimes see her arms up there at the top of the screen. She'll be trying to stay with this leading group. And for Katie, where this is probably her weakest stroke, she would probably really be looking to try and stay in touch to give herself a chance in the freestyle. See if she can do that in the second half.
The closer she can stay to these girls, the better for her.
There's not that much between them. Third place, Emma Scully. So coming up to the 300 then, and well, Elsa McDonald certainly has made good use of that breaststroke skill. She's up now by 4 seconds. Emma Scully second, Katie Taylor now back in on 4th place now as they go into the freestyle. Kiva Clegg, Emma Scully rather, in Katie Taylor is coming back. As soon as she was 4th, I lied. She was 3rd, and now pushing on.
I think again here it looks like it's going to be a race for the silver and bronze medals, unless someone has an amazingly strong freestyle leg.
So we'll see what the gap is now as they go to the final 50. 4:29.21 for Ailsa, 4:31.62 for Katie. So she has made some ground. Is it enough? 2.4 is a lot to make up down the final length. So I think maybe Katie's going to have to settle for the silver. I think she's got that one pretty much as a shoe-in now. And the race is for the bronze. Emma Scully against Norman Adams.
All these girls are working very hard in this last 50 of the freestyle. It'll be hard work for them now. They'll be crying out to get the wall and finish the race.
Finishing it in a good time, 5:03 Ailsa McDonald, 5:06 in the heat, so a nice improvement on that. Second place, Katie Taylor. So silver for her, 5:05.32. Third place, Emma Scully, holding off Norman Adams fairly comfortably in the end, about a second and a half.
Thank you, swimmers. Please leave the pool by the
Coming in.
referee's side.
Elsa McDonald. Well, it's interesting. We did wonder early on in that second 50 of the fly what was happening there, but clearly she knew what she was doing.
I think she did. It worked well for her in the end there.
It was an interesting tactic to go out hard in that first 50 and then ease back. Why do you think she did that?
I guess it could be a number of reasons. It could have been the plan. Maybe she realised she did go out a wee bit too hard and just eased back a little bit, knowing that she had another 300 metres to go.
Yeah. And as so often is the case in IM, it was the breaststroke really where she made the difference, and she obviously wanted to leave plenty in the tank for that breaststroke.
Yes, it certainly looked that way, and it's a tactic that's paid off for her, I think, and she swam a very strong race there.
So we're about to go with our presentations for the 400 medley. We should see the 15s and the 16s making their way to the podium. Here they come, and they'll be joined by the 17, 18 shortly once they've got their breath back. Seen some of these girls already tonight. So bronze medalists, 15-year-olds, Amy Riley of Heart of Midlothian. She'll be first up onto the podium. Forms that lot of Scottish Swimming, the Chief Executive Officer, making these presentations. There is Kelly getting her bronze medal. 16-year-old Serena Iguarum, City of Glasgow. Silver medalists. Anna McLeod, the City Aquatics. The 16-year-olds Georgina Dennis, Mount Kelly College. Scottish champions. Second of the night, Ellie Turner of Carnegie. To her backstroke earlier. And first of the night for Gaia Alcaraz, University of Aberdeen performance. Very strong performance from Gaia. And the 17, 18-year-olds managed to get themselves ready, just having a look around to see if they are, and here they come. Bronze medalist from City of Glasgow, Emma Scully. The silver medalist from Heart of Midlothian, Katie Taylor. She's pretty happy with her swim. And the gold medalist and Scottish champion from Northampton, Ailsa McDonald. Medalists either end. So the girls are done for the night. They'll be doing a swim down, I guess, and then get something to eat.
That's right, swim down, some food, something to drink, and then
Bed.
yes, I'm sure they'll be well looking forward to that by now.
Remember, hashtag Stags 2018 to have your say. Everything that's going on. What do you think about what happened tonight so far? Not done yet though. Boys are back in town. 400 freestyle. Starting with the 15-year-olds. Here they are. In zero, representing North Ayrshire, is Fraser Kelly. Just at the back of the box there, getting his shirt off. Cameron Pilsland goes in lane 1 for South Lanarkshire. Lane 2, Elliot Miller of first. Lane 3, Sean Craig Mile from East Lothian. Daniel Saunders of Warrender is in lane 4. Michael Flynn from North Lanarkshire in 5. Angus Allison of Inverleith is in 6. Jack Munsey in 7, representing Perth City. Douglas Kelly of Mount Kelly College in lane 8. And Mark Ford of City of Glasgow in lane 9. 4:22, fastest qualifier. We have 4 swimmers with 4:23s this morning. So
Take your marks.
let's see how this one develops. Daniel Saunders, the fastest qualifier. Lane 4 for Warrender. And they had a very good first day's competition. They're leading the way in the club competition after day 1. Will they be leading after day 2? Coming down the pool, getting 8 lengths of the pool. It's all for 1 stroke this time. Freestyle, it's not a sprint, it's not a distance event.
No, it's just slap bang in the middle, and it's interesting to see. There's always a few swimmers that take it out hard and just keep going, and there's a few swimmers that pace it, control the first 100, 150, and then start to build from there. So see what tactics are going on in this race.
The leader is the Inverleith swimmer Angus Allison, strong member. He's got nearly a body length advantage over Jack Munsey in 2nd place, so not going with the seeding at the moment. They're in 6 and 7, leading the way. 59.75, Angus Allison, the only one to duck under the minute for the first 100. Jack 2nd, Michael Flynn 3rd.
It's quite a spread at the moment in the field.
Looking at entry times, fastest entry time actually was Jack Munsey, but very little in between his and Angus Allison, so expect a tight contest. No surprise, I guess, to see Angus Allison up there. Perhaps just took it relatively easy in the heats, because they, particularly I guess the 15-year-olds, won't have done heats and finals in the same day on a 400 terribly often.
No.
As previous year they'd have done it as a heat declared winner event.
That's right, so this will be a new experience for them to do this, unless they've done it at other competitions.
And there's certainly not many competitions where you would get that chance to do that. 2:05.03 then. Angus Allison still the Jack Munsey in 2nd. The lead now has gone up to about 2nd and a half. 3rd place, Daniel Saunders. And Michael Flynn now in 4th place. So there's 4. Not too far away in lane 2 is Elliot Miller. See him up there in the top of your screen. Angus Allison looking very steady, and you described it earlier on, go out hard and then keep going.
He's certainly doing that, and a lot very different styles going across the pool, different freestyle techniques. No one really yet gone to their legs, so it'll be interesting to see in this last part of the race if anyone really brings that leg kick in and makes a move on any of these medal positions.
So it was about a 2.5 seconds up at the 200. They're coming towards the 300 now. I think it's going to be a similar sort of gap. Let's find out now as they go through. Angus 3:11.37, Jack 3:30.42. So in fact it's gone up to 2 seconds. And right there now with Jack is Daniel Saunders in lane 4. just behind him in lane 5, Michael Flynn. So again, it might be about battling for silver and bronze, because Angus Allison, unless Daniel Saunders can come at him, he is looking strong in the closing stages. So I think demonstrating that other tactic you mentioned of be steady and then really try and push it hard the closing stages, but he's got an awful lot to do in the final 50.
I'm not sure he's going to be able to catch.
He's got the lead down to about 1.7, 1.8. Well, that's only eating maybe half a second or so, but he is making further progress down this final length. It's going to be Edinburgh and Perth, the top 3, and it looks like Inverleith swimmer Angus Allison, well, never really in doubt that he is powerful at the end here and never threatened, takes it 4:15.46. Close for second there, Daniel Saunders just getting it by 500ths from Jack Munsey. Jack will not be happy with that, I suspect. They've been second pretty much throughout there, but still on the podium. Bronze medal for the Perth band, just behind Daniel Saunders, but that was a good swim from Angus.
It was, he just took that race out hard, showed what he was out to get and stayed ahead.
4:16 he came into this meet with, so takes a second off that. He's 15-year-old for a 400. I think he'd probably be pretty happy with that.
I think he'll be very happy with that.
4:15.46. He's just that 500s. Set racing, second and third, Daniel Saunders, Jack Munsey. 2 more races to go tonight. Starting off with the 16-year-old quadra free. There they are. 16-year-olds. Ethan Lindsay from University of Aberdeen Performance is in 0. Alex Johnson of Helensburgh in 1. Dixon of North Ayrshire is in 2. David Alsop of East Lothian in 3. Liam McLaughlin of Warrender in 4. Greg Fairbairn goes in 5 for North Lanarkshire. Lane 6, Andrew Arthur of Aberdeen. In 7, Liam Eccleston of Dumfries. Lane 8, Keir Buchanan of South Lanarkshire. And his teammate Stuart Brodie goes in lane 9. So tell me, Kerry, if this is your only final of the night, you've had to wait since 5:15, so over 2 hours. How do you sort of keep your focus for when it really matters?
I think some of them might listen to music, some of them might do a bit of relaxing. I think some of them might well have gone back in for a second warm-up.
Your marks.
There's an awful lot of these swimmers. This is their first race, not for all of them. Liam McLaughlin we've certainly seen before. He's the fastest qualifier for this one, 4:14. It's 4:16 for Greg Fairbairn. To add to his medal tally on these championships. Managed to swimmer from Bells Hill having a super week so far. And he is the early leader in lane 5, turning 27.49, so really up by a reasonable margin, nearly a second. Rory Dixon second, Liam McLaughlin third. Nearly stuck it across the pool there. Saw the shape of the line. It's a bit jagged. Led by lane 5. Greg Fairbairn.
I think the second 100 in this race is going to be key to see who's either pushes on up or keeps hold of that lead. Sometimes the second 100 where swimmers can forget to maintain their pace.
4 swimmers under the minute at the 159.01. Greg Fairbairn leading the way. Going up nicely now in lane 2 is Rory Dixon. And certainly Liam McLaughlin there or thereabouts as well. A number of others, Alex Johnson, Edward Alsop, trying to stay in touch. So in lane 6 and 7, Andrew Arthur and Liam Eccleston. But there you can see the top 3 coming back down towards halfway. Fairbairn leads, Dixon second, McLaughlin third. Although I think that order, second and third, might have reversed now. See, it's difficult to tell at this stage. Very little to choose between them, and they are coming back, I think, now at Greg Fairbairn.
These 3 boys are a little bit ahead of the rest, but the others are looking quite strong as well, so I think the second half of this race could be quite interesting.
2:03.80. Rory Dixon now takes the lead. He was steadier in the first 100, maybe just starting to wrap it up now. Can anybody come up and join these top three? I think it's like Edward Alsop is the one closest to them to see up there in the black cap, ELST, East Lothian. But he's a fair way back on this trio, so at the moment you'd have to say these are the guys.
They're pretty much stroke for stroke, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Nice turn from Greg there. Looks like he just got a slight edge from that turn. No. For the winner here. You're brave. Moving up to the 300. McLaughlin starting to look strong. I think we can dismiss any challenge from anybody else now as we go into the final 100. 3:09.84. Liam McLaughlin leads the way. 4 tenths he's got on Greg Fairbairn, the long-time leader, and another couple of tenths to Rory Dixon. So only 6 tenths or so between the three of them still. That's eminently catchable. Alsop tried very hard to catch this group up, but I don't think he's going to manage it. As they come up to the final turn, it is the Warrender swimmer who's going to lead them through it. Liam McLaughlin is going to need a really strong final 50 to see this one through. He's up by a quarter of a second, and then just in fact a second between Greg Fairbairn and Rory Dixon now, so it looks like maybe it's these two now are going to battle it away, and it is still the Warrender swimmer, Liam McLaughlin, who's got the advantage. Can Greg Fairbairn find something now in these last 15 metres to bring it home? I don't think he can. Liam McLaughlin has found the pace, gone to the legs, and he is going to take this one. Comes in 4:12.30 in the end, takes it by a second. Greg Fairbairn pushed him hard, but takes second, 4:13.35, and Rory Dixon in third, 4:15.36. McLaughlin 4:14 in the heats, improves that to 4:12 tonight.
Thank you, Summers. Please leave the pool by the referee's side.
Interesting there, when you look at the seedings when they came in, he was only something like 5th fastest of the seedings. So it doesn't matter where you place, it's what you do in the pool.
That's, I tell my swimmers that, particularly the younger swimmers, it's really important for them not to get too het up about what the bits of paper say. The job gets done in the pool.
So just confirming the 1, 2, 3 there. Liam McLaughlin first, Greg Fairbairn second, Rory Dixon third. No, just about to come to our final race of what's been a great evening's swimming. And it's the 17, 18-year-old 400 freestyle. Yeah, taking off the coat in lane 0, South Lanarkshire's Scott Gibson. Side him, City of Glasgow, Duncan McKinney. Into West Lothian's Daniel Ferguson. So camera to pan across to Daniel. There we go. He's got himself ready in the blue cap. Then we have Fraser Agnew of University of Aberdeen Performance. Two Warrender swimmers, Archie Goodburn in 4. Fraser Allison in 5, so is brother Angus earlier. Scott Provan, City of Salford, first showing for him in lane 6. Maxwell Catamol of Arbroath St Thomas in 7. Finlay Saunders of Hartford Lothian in 8. And Sonny Kennedy, Warrender, in lane 9. So, Goodburn, fastest qualifier here, so we saw him in breaststroke earlier. We know he's still fly. Now we're about to see what he can do on 400 freestyle.
Take your marks.
And what a great start from him.
It was a very good start. Very good underwater work there to come up ahead of the field.
How do you do that? I mean, is it purely in the legs and the drive from the legs?
There's a big element of that, but there's also the body position that you get into as you hit the water. really clean entry and a very, very tight streamline. We saw that in his breaststroke. The streamline's very, very good.
27.03 split at the 50 for Archie. 6/10 up on Scott Provan in second. That bright yellow cap, so no difficulty spotting Scott. Well, this is looking ominous for the rest of the field.
It is a little bit. It's looking very strong and very smooth out there in front.
Second, Scott Provan, and right beside him, Maxwell Catamol, St Thomas. 57.07 for Goodburn. That's quite a bit faster than anything we've seen with the younger swimmers. 58.49, 58.89 for Scott Provan and Maxwell Catamol. Let's see.
It's a very balanced stroke he's got, you know, kicking his legs well. Some of the other swimmers we've seen have maybe used a 4-beat or a 2-beat kick, and it's been a little bit less on the legs. There's no right or wrong, but I think Archie's stroke here is gliding him through the water. It looks relatively easy, but I'm sure he's putting in a fair amount of effort.
It doesn't look easy to me. Looks fantastic. Archie, you can see now the scale of the lead that he's built up. Scott Provan looking pretty good for second now. Maxwell Catamol has dropped back into the pack as we come to halfway from 57.91. So, well, he's looking very strong here. This is impressive stuff. You're seeing around the minute mark, I think, for that second 100. It's into this meet on a 4:01, so I'd love to go under the 4 minutes. I think that would be quite a nice milestone.
That'd be a great way to finish the evening if he could do that as well.
2:28.57, so we'll see if we're just slightly over the 30 seconds for that 50. This is really about Archie Goodburn versus the clock. As the others, well, maybe not gaining so much on them. In fact, maybe they're coming back at him now. Let's just see what the gap is in this turn. 2:59.58. I don't think he is going to get under the 4 minutes. We certainly need a very strong final 100 to do that. 3:03.36 for Scott Provan. So the gap just under 4 seconds now. Fraser Allison in third. That certainly looks like it's going to be the 3 on the podium. Now let's see what Archie can finish on here. Coming up, we want to see this under 3:30 if possible. It's going to be close to that, just over the 3:30, 3:30.85, so you need a 29 to come back on to get under that 4 minutes. I think maybe it's just going to be over it, but let's see if he can really get the pace up down this last length. It'd be lovely to see him do that. Scott Provan's having a good swim here. In second place, you can see there, he's well clear of Fraser Allison. Has to just ignore what Archie's doing and push on hard. He's really working hard there in lane 6, but what a good swim there. 4:01.29 for Archie Goodburn, so good stuff from him. Entered here in 4:01.92, so he takes 6/10 off that. 4:05.36 for Scott Provan in second place, so he also improves. That's a good improvement, actually. Came in on a 4:08, so well done, Scott. And third place, Fraser Allison, 4:08.27.
Please leave the pool by the referee side.
Do you think the busy schedule maybe just slightly getting to him in the second half there? I mean, he's really given himself a punishing schedule this week, hasn't he?
He has, and I think that's the sign of a strong swimmer and one that wants to challenge themselves, particularly at this meet. He's got a big summer coming up ahead of him, so he'll be wanting to just push all the boundaries and see what he can and can't do.
Yeah, it's just as a reminder, selected as part of the British European Juniors team in the summer. But we take our final trip to the podium for our 400 freestyle boys. 15 and 16-year-olds up there. That lot once more will be doing the honours for us. Bronze medalists in the 15-year-old age group, Jack Munn see from Perth City. The 16-year-old Rory Dixon of North Ayrshire. Silver medalist Warrender's Daniel Saunders, 15-year-olds. And Greg Fairbairn of North Lanarkshire, 16-year-olds. The national champions, 15-year-old Angus Allison. 16-year-olds Warrender's Liam McLaughlin. 18-year-olds making their way up to join these guys. Bronze medalist Chad Munson, we've already had him. Fraser Allison, Warrender. So 2 Allison boys from different clubs in Edinburgh, both excelling. Scott Rowan of City of Salford, silver medalist, member of the youth development squad, and Archie Cooper, an excellent performance. Another great night for Archie, and strong Warrender showing on that podium suggests they might have just done pretty well tonight.
Certainly looks that way. There's 4 red t-shirts up there.
So that's it, Kerry. Thank you very much for your company this evening. Highlights for you from tonight?
Oh, tough to call. I enjoyed those 400 freestyles, particularly the last couple there. But the 50 breaststrokes, lots of close racing. Good to watch.
Enjoyed that sterling bronze medal as well.
Yes, always nice to see that too, I think.
So thank you very much for watching tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the action. We're only 2 days in, 3 days to go. So we will be back tomorrow evening for day 3 here at Tollcross. But for now, from Kerry and myself from Tollcross International Swimming Centre, we wish you a very